Namaskar. Hello, children. Hello, parents. Everyone, thank you for coming to our kitchen. And the fact that we all are gathered here, we all are here to experience another episode. So I have put all the ingredients that was necessary in front of me, but some of them we might not use. I'm just going to point at it. So if you don't have all of these things, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to give you tips and ideas of how you can use them when we are off camera. Okay, these are the berries that I have, and we're going to add these later and choose what we want, but safety first. Remember, we're going to wet our towel and place it underneath our board so everything stays safe and sound. Okay, squeeze the extra water and then lay it down. Let's do this and we will have our safety covered. Okay. So many of you wrote to me, so many of you just sent me your pictures, the pictures of the cookies and all, and it was wonderful. It was beautiful. I'm so proud of all of you that you stopped by, you know, the long time that we had to actually bake these cookies, and they came out so delicious as you all mentioned it. So if you want me to post your pictures with your products, whatever that you have made, like today would be the milks, yesterday was the cookies, and who knows what we're gonna do next week. So just send them to me. Make sure that your parents allow you, that we and write to me that we can post them on our Facebook page or Instagram. So as you know, we always say that you should stay away from dairy products, meaning that you don't take any milk that comes from any animals. Whether it's, you know, some people drink milk from cows, some people have sheep milk, some people have goat milk, some people, I even heard they drink camel milk. I have a friend, and her name is Sandra Joy, and she drinks camel's milk. And we have discussed it, and we're going to have plant and nuts milk. So I have soaked these nuts here. I have hazelnuts, I have almonds, I have cashew nuts and walnuts. So you can use even pistachio nuts if you want. You can use Brazil nuts. You can use any nut that you like, except for peanuts. We do not take peanuts. And you might ask why we don't take peanuts. It's because peanuts, when they grow, they have a fungus that grows on them, and that fungus is not good for us. So we stay away from peanuts, but other things we can definitely enjoy. And then I have some dates and some raisins here, and then I have some spices here that I'm going to actually make a natural sugar that we can sweeten these things. I also have some maple syrup here, very delicious, good quality maple syrup. And this is something that I want to discuss with you. This is blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses is a natural, wonderful, sweet, syrupy thing. And I will tell you all about that. And it's especially good for people that they don't have enough iron in their blood. That makes the best iron, especially for vegetarians. Okay. So I have, of course, some vanilla. We talked about vanilla yesterday, and vanilla should be alcohol-free. So make sure when you go to the store with your mom and dad, and you tell them to get you alcohol-free vanilla. And I want to also show you something that I really love, and that's cinnamon. You see, this is cinnamon powder. But I want to tell you that some time ago, many years ago, Dr. Naram and I, we had to go to an island, and we got these beautiful, wonderful, both of these. These are both cinnamon bark, and this is from Zanzibar. Okay, we went to Mauritius and we got these. Delicious, wonderful, and the smell is absolutely heavenly. It's so good. And then you will see that I have some pods here. These pods have seeds in them. They are cardamom. Okay, so they all have a lot of medicinal values. I'm going to discuss these medicinal values with you as we go along. But this is really wonderful for digestion. This is very good for your eyes. Dr. Naram used to always recommend having 3 cardamoms, and you chew the inside. Let me break this for you. Let me break it so you can see what comes out of it. Okay. You see these little black seeds? They are very, very aromatic and very delicious. And what you will do, this is what goes inside any food that we want to actually flavor it with cardamom. And that they smell good. They're good for your eyes, they're good for your body, and they're good for your digestion, good for the skin, and it also gives you very good breath. In case you ate something like, let's say, onions or garlic or something, you can just chew on these, and your breath would be fresh and lovely. So, and cinnamon is also fantastic. It's very good for people that they have high blood sugar. It's really good for children. It's good for the brain. It helps with cleansing also, and it tastes just so good. So I have this and this. I'm gonna put this back again here. Now we're going to start making the milk. Let me throw this in the trash. Very good. Okay. So now, before we start, we know that nuts don't have any sugar in them, so they're not sweet. And sometimes you want, when you drink milk, you enjoy a little bit of a sweetness in milk, because cow's milk or animal milk has a natural sweetness to it. So in order to provide you with that, but not add like white sugar or other kinds of sugar, I came up with an idea. When my children were very little, I used to make this. We used to live in Hamburg, Germany, and I used to make delicious, wonderful syrup, or what we call marmalade, out of this. So this is, let me get a pot. All right. So what we will do, we put equal amounts of dates. Okay, my hands are clean. And raisins. Okay, sometimes I used to add different things, like, I used to add apricots or plums or some other things, and then sometimes I would just not do that, just have this. And then I used to put about 1/4. Remember that we said we have to always have a knife. Let me find a knife. I have a knife that we have 1 level spoon, 1/4 spoon of this. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's put 2. Okay, like 1/2 teaspoon. Very good. And then I would like to have some of these cardamom pods in there. Okay, I put the cardamom pods, and or actually just the seeds. I'm going to break another one. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to break, so you could just press them and take them like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. We're going to have to work with this cinnamon a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Now, the amount of water depends on if you want it to be syrupy and runny, or if you want it to be like a spread, because you could always make this a little bit thicker and add a little bit of, like whatever flavors that you like. We chose to have a bit of cardamom and cinnamon. You could add vanilla if you want. You could add anything that you like. But I just chose these 2. We put a little bit of water and we cook it. So I'm just gonna bring this. Oh, today I brought my little kitty cat cup. measuring cup. I'm just gonna put about half a cup of water. A little bit more. Remember I told you I don't know how to cook with measuring cups and stuff? I'm proving it to you now, huh? So I'm gonna put this here and we're gonna start this going. Okay, I'm gonna take a spoon and I'm just gonna give this a swirl. Let me turn the light on so we can see better. Very good. Alrighty. Sometimes I used to add a little bit of ghee, or I used to add a little bit of coconut oil, whatever that you like. But oftentimes I would just have it just like this, and they will boil. And when they boil and they're softer, about, in a few minutes, then I used to always put it in a blender and blend it. So I'm gonna go get my little blender. Okay, and here we go. Put this back here. All right, let's see. Let me get my blender. This is the little one. Very good. So we're gonna get ready for this, but we don't have to do it yet. All right. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about all these different nuts that we have. Sometimes I just do one nut by itself, or sometimes I just mix them all together. And they have such a flavor and they have, body to them. And I just leave that up to you, what you like to do. I like cashews. I like cashews very much. And I mix that with almond milk. As I said, I used to give that to my children. I love walnuts, so I have that as well. But sometimes, because we need to soak these for 5-6 hours, and you're short of time and you really want to make that milk and make it fast, well, what I used to do is I would take the butter. This is cashew butter. You can actually either make it or you can buy it. I have bought this one. I did not make it. And this you can mix with some water, and I will tell you the measurement, and that will have the same effect. Or this is almond butter, and that is also a way to make it in a snap. Okay. So we also have oats. Oats are they don't need to be soaked overnight. Actually, I recommend highly that you should not soak oats, because oats become very slimy and gooey, and you don't want it to be gooey. You want it to be, flowing and easy. So that is another choice. You can make milk out of rice. You can make milk out of hemp seeds. You can make milk out of coconuts. Everything and anything. You can actually, you can get soybeans, because I do not like soy and I do not recommend soy. But if you get some organic soy and you want to make that, that is the same principle as we make this. So the game is that you always stick to the same recipe, and then you just change it according to your desire. You want to choose Brazil nuts? Go for it. Have that. Have fun. Okay? Let us check on our mixture here. We just need to soften this a little bit. We don't need to really, oh, it's about 2-3 minutes. It's soft. I can squish this with the back of my spoon. Fantastic. Alrighty, let's see. Turn it off. Okay. Now I'm going to transfer this into this mixing whatever. Okay. So be careful. When you're working with hot stuff, when you're working with fire, you have to really be focused. You have to really ask for help. If you're not tall enough to reach the stove, then you have to have someone to help you do that until you're grown enough that you can reach the top of the stove. All right. Oh, already smells so good. So good. So I'm going to transfer all of this in here, and we're going to give it a little squish, and we are going to make it be okay. Very good. I'm going to put this in the sink because we're not gonna use it. Very good. All right. Now let's do this and see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see it. Ooh, what a long cord. Okay. All right. So I'm going to now work this a little bit. Would be funny if I cannot make this go, huh? So, if you see that it's getting too thick, you can open it and you can add some more water to it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water, but not so much, because remember, we're going to have this be, smells so good. I know that's gonna taste heavenly. Okay, let me just get a little bit of water and we'll put it in here and we will give it another try. I'm excited. I never liked milk, and I know some people either they love milk or they absolutely do not like milk. And I'm going to talk to you about why we say that we should not have milk, cow milk. Very good. All right, I'm just gonna save this here now, all right? Maybe I just give it a taste so I can tell you how delicious it tastes. Whenever you make something, try it a little bit so you know that if you have to fix it. Fabulous. Very good. I love this. So back it goes, and it waits till we are ready for it. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off and put it away. You know, if we were not live, I would have not shown you these things, but now you have to bear with me. I have to do this. Okay, so very good. Now let us make what we came here to make, and that is to make our delicious and absolutely wonderful nut milk. I would like to choose, let's see, I would like to choose the cashews, okay? And cashews are very creamy. You don't really need to soak them, not more than an hour or so. And they taste good, they taste delicious. They have this creamy taste, and sometimes I mix them with other nuts. So the ratio is 1 cup of nuts to 2 cups of water. I know that there are some recipes that people say 3 cups of water, 4 cups of water, but I don't like it so thin. I like it thick and wonderful and tasty. And when we add too much water to it, it becomes very, very thin, and it doesn't have that body that milk has. So, let's get started. Let me just rinse this. Okay. So you see, I soak these nuts in the morning, and I wash them once, and I'm going to wash them again. You know, every living thing has a way to defend itself. And trees and vegetables and plants also have a way to defend themselves. It means that when an animal comes and wants to eat the grass or the plant or the fruits of a tree, they can only eat so much, because if they continue eating that plant, then the plant will die off and will be nothing left of it. So they have a mechanism in them. That is a powder type of thing that is called a saponin or tannin for different seeds and different nuts. So that starts, if an animal eats a lot of it, that starts itching their throat and their mouth, so they pull away, and they know that just this much they can eat. More than that they cannot. So the same thing is with people. Some people are allergic to taking raw nuts. I cannot take it myself unless I really wash it very well and soak them. So what we will do is that I'm going to wash this, okay? Maybe, okay, yes. All right, I'm washing this and I'm putting it in this sieve, okay? So I leave this here. Now I will go back and put it in my blender, okay? Very loud, huh? Okay, remember we said 1 cup of nuts to 2 cups of water, okay? So this is 1 cup of nuts, and now we're gonna put 2 cups of water. In this house, all of our water is filtered, so it's all wonderful, clean water. But if you have water in your house that you don't really trust, so I suggest that you get good, clean, fresh water. 1, and then another one, which is 2 cups. Okay. At this point, we just want to mix this by itself. We do not add anything else, just a little bit of salt, just about 1/4. I have Himalayan salt here. Why do we add salt? The salt would bring out the natural flavors. You don't want it to be salty. Who wants salty milk, right? But this would really help, okay? Very good. So I'm going to cover this. And I add my flavoring later. But if you want at this point, if you just want vanilla, or if you just want a little bit of a cinnamon or things like that that are powder or liquid, you can add it at this point. Now let us put this here. I'm going to remove this other one and put it right there. And here we go. So we're going to now start this. I turn it on and I do it like this so you guys can see it. And I would like to just press the on a smoothie. Okay, I have to tell you that cashew nuts, they blend really nicely and they do not really leave a lot of pulp behind. So you don't need to pulse it so many times. You just do it once and that would be great. Now let us take, I'm gonna take this. Let us take a pot and let us take a colander, and this is called a cheesecloth. I have cut them in different pieces and I think that 2 would be enough. I line it with 2 and we are going to pour this through it, okay? Hit it a little bit so everything comes out, and basically this is your milk, okay? Wonderful. Very good. So bear with me. You see, we have really blended this very well. But you see little tiny pieces? Some people don't mind having this. But if you really want a smooth, very, very sort of like a drink that resembles milk and doesn't have anything in it, then you have to put it through the sieve and the cheesecloth. Very good. Okay, let's see. Very careful. Do this, and you slowly squeeze this very, very slowly, and you have to make this secure. And I'm going to give it a swirl. Okay, so it doesn't come up from anywhere but the. Very good. See how it's pouring down? Very good. Okay. You have to have clean hands, right? Oh, I'm enjoying this. I love doing this. You have to be a little bit patient because it takes time. See, it's just all pouring down. Wow. Okay, and sometimes I give it a little bit of a help by pushing it through. And here we are. It's going to take some time, so bear with me. Did I say that? There we go. It's going to be so delicious as soon as we are done with this. I think we have to decide now what kind of flavor we want. Some people like berries, or some people like to have, you know, just a little vanilla. Some people like to have, gee whiz, the mixture that we made. All sorts of things are possible. We just do not add honey, because if you want to warm this up, we never heat honey. When you heat honey, honey becomes toxic. So we do not want to have honey. And especially when you see someone, you know, on some packets and stuff, they say they use honey to bake something. Stay away from that. That is not good for you. Okay. Needs a little bit of work, huh? But you know what? You can make a whole lot of these. You know, like you don't have to just do 1 cup. You can do many cups, and then I'll teach you how you can save them. So, save them in ice cube trays. Come on, come on. I think it's easier to milk a cow than this. My son told me not to wear black, but I didn't listen. And now I know I should have. Okay. It's coming. It's almost done. Almost done. Please bear with me. Please bear with me. This cow is very, very naughty. Doesn't want to be milked. But we're not going to give up. We're going to do this. I hope you're doing this with me at home. Wow. But can you hear? It's going down. Very good. All right. I'm going to be covered in white dots. You really have to have big muscles to do this. I think I need a couple of you guys here. You know, later when we don't have to all be cooped up in our homes, I would like to invite you guys to come over to this kitchen, to our kitchen, to my kitchen, and you can cook with me. And that would be so wonderful to have you right next to me. But for now, we have to just be okay with being in our own kitchens, a little bit far away from each other, but very close in our love and heart for doing the same thing. We all have the same goal. What is the goal? The goal is that to get good ingredients, make delicious food, share with our loved ones. And I think this cow is almost done, almost done. I'm really working hard here. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to pass this through, and I'm going to ask Miss Lisa to come help me. All right, or she doesn't want to come in front of the camera, so I'm gonna just pass this to her, and she is going to help me with the saving whatever that is left. But you know what, as I said, with cashew nuts you do not get much left. There are not much pulp. So Miss Lisa, if you please get a bowl, and we will save this. I would like to save the, because my hands are very dirty. Thank you so much. They're not dirty, they're messy. Okay, this is the pulp that is left behind, and we could actually use these and make some other recipes. You can put it in a soup, you can make cookies, you can add it to the cookies that we made yesterday. I mean, when you make it again, or you can just freeze them, all the pulps, and then later on I will teach you what we need to do with it. Okay, so let me just wash this, because you guys can actually use this again and again and again. So here we go. Let me just wash this. I'm so happy that you're doing this with me. Okay. It's okay. Jennifer is asking me, what do you do with the cashews in the cheesecloth, the fiber? Can you do anything with it, or do we discard it? We just answered this. We just answered this, Jennifer. I do not like to discard good quality, wonderful stuff, so I'm going to keep it. Let me just clean myself a little bit. So you have now, you wash the cheesecloth. You know, I doubled this cheesecloth. It was actually one, and then I doubled it. I like to double it so we can catch all the fiber. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put it back in here and get ready for the next one. Okay, so this is going to sit right here. I just put it right here. Okay, let's see what happened now with our milk. It's kind of messy, huh? You have to just basically put up with it. I'm just going to take this to the sink and put it here, and I'm saving the fiber. There's not much left. Okay, I'm going to save it right here. Now this is our milk. See how wonderful it is? Now we would like to have this flavored. Let's see what we like to flavor it with. John, is anybody giving us any suggestions as what they want added to this? You guys can actually send me a message and tell me what you want to do with it. I know many children like chocolate, or they like strawberries. So let's, I say let's do strawberries. Okay, very good. So I get some strawberries here, and I put this here, and this will come next. Huh? So. I'm going to cut these strawberries. You don't have to cut them like in little pieces, because you know what? We are going to put them in the blender. Okay. Some people say, why don't you use them at first, at the beginning when you're blending them? Because I never know what I want to do with the fiber that is left. I just don't want to flavor them and have them in their natural form. And when it's time for us to, you know, bake something with them or put them in the soup, then we can decide. Very good. Oh, this is going to be so good. So good. So let's throw these out. Always clean up as you go along. Okay? Very good. That's compost. Okay. So I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to put all of these back in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do as many as you want. And here we go. I'm gonna put this right back in the blender. Now you see, strawberries at this time of year, they're not very sweet. So if you would like to add a little bit of, just a tiny bit of maple syrup, go for it. If you want to add a little bit of maple syrup would be better. So I'm gonna have, oh, I'm getting a little bit too wild. Okay, half a tablespoon, just like this much, because you don't want it so sweet. You still want to taste the natural taste. Okay, and I'm gonna add a little tiny bit, like a quarter of a teaspoon. Yes, let's clean this. Quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And let's see. You have to take my word for it. It's gonna taste good. Maybe even 1/8. I'm gonna do 1/8, meaning a half of this. Okay, just a little smell of it, because you don't want to cover up the smell of this delicious, wonderful strawberries. Of course, you can add any other thing to this. So I'm gonna give this to Miss Lisa if she can help me with this. And basically, I would love that. So let's do it again. All right. We are going to start, and off we go. Covered your ears because it was very loud but very delicious. So I am going to now empty this into a little glass. Let's see what kind of glass I have here. I need this. I am covered with milk. Okay. All right, let me get some glass. I'm gonna get some pretty glass. Okay, meanwhile, you guys. Okay, I'm back. All right, thank you. So this is how it's going to look like. It's beautiful. You know what? I tell you something. Sometimes you guys go to the store and buy something that is flavored with strawberry flavor, but that's all pink and really reddish color, and that's not the real color of strawberries. That is some chemicals that is added. That's additives and preservatives. We do not want any of that in our food. This is the real pink color. This is the real pink color that you will get when you get this wonderful mixture of strawberry and cashews. I'm just gonna take a little spoonful. Trust me, this is so good. This is so good. Yes, this is very good. As you can add more to it, more of the what we call the syrup. You can add different kinds of berries. You can add anything that you want. Sometimes you can even add a little bit of the cashew butter to it. Just be creative. Don't be scared. What I am doing right now is I'm giving you the basics, the foundation. And then later on you can add to it. You could say, I want more of vanilla, I want more of cinnamon, I would like this, I would like that. anything. I normally add more of this mixture that we made. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this aside and we are going to, okay, I'm just gonna actually keep this here so for reference. So now I'm gonna give this to Miss Lisa, if she can actually pour this somewhere for us and then give me, okay, I'm making a mess, So, but that's okay, that's how it works. Let me get the, okay, I would like to clean as I go along. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make such a big mess in the kitchen. You would think that, oh my goodness, there was a fight in here between an elephant and a giraffe. Okay. All right. Now I would like to give a rinse to my board as I have washed it. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Very good. And I will dry this. Okay. Always dry and make everything nice and clean. Actually wash first and then dry. Okay. So now I want to teach you how to make this wonderful, delicious oat milk. Oat milk has basically a nutty, a very earthy taste. And I love that very much. It's so good, it's so delicious when you mix it with tea. I know that a lot of you guys have chai, and that chai tastes very good with this. Maybe also with cashew nuts or almonds or anything, it tastes good. But I like this very much myself. So I'm going to take this, all right, and as I said, 1 cup, it's 1 cup of oats. These are rolled oats. These are flat, okay? These are rolled oats, and then we add 2 cups of water. Now, there's something that I have to tell you. Remember with the cashews, I really let the blender go for a long time. With this, you cannot do this. You have to make sure that you just not do it more than 30 seconds or so, because then it becomes really slimy. Okay, so let's see. 1 cup. I picked this for you guys. I think this is so cute. And 2. Alrighty. Alright. So of course this has no taste. Let us add a little bit of salt. Okay. As I said, just a little bit. And we are going to, now if you want, you can add vanilla. You can, let's add a little bit of vanilla to it. Okay, so I just do a capful. When you get to cook a lot and you get to learn how to taste with your nose, meaning that you smell things and you know that's enough. If it's not enough, then you can always add some more. So what I would like to do is now add a little bit of, what should we add? I think we should add our mixture that we have here. And this is already done very well. With this, I would like to add it now because I don't want to add it later and have to mix it again. Remember, with oats, you want to do everything fast and all mixed and ready to go. This is it. 2 tablespoons. Let's do, this is 2.5 tablespoons, 2.5. Okay. I am living my legacy. That means that I don't know how to measure. So this is all to your taste. This is not a science that is exact. This is how you like to do it and how it should be done. okay? And you taste it, you don't like it, you add a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Let's not make this slimy. All right, I'm going to just do this really fast. So you have to say 30 times 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippis. Then you have to, 30 seconds. Very good. Now let's go. And where's my pot? Here it is. Miss Lisa has it already. Thank you. All right. We are going to now put this through again. This I'm going to put here. And this one is going to go in again. Okay. Now, let me show you. And we're gonna pour this. See? It's like easy peasy. I know I said yesterday how much I love children, but I just feel like saying it again. I love children. I really do. When they learn to do wonderful things, when we empower children, when we give them right choices, when we have you be next to us and do all the wonderful things that you need to do, then you become these incredible, wonderful human beings that not only are you're good for yourself, but for all your loved ones and for the society, for the humankind altogether. So, I don't want to use a spoon or anything to push this in. As I said, it becomes slimy and it becomes gooey. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now slowly bring the edges. Ooh, did you see that? Edges together and start having this go down. Okay, I lift it and see. Slowly, we let the gravity do its work. Just give it a little push, not so much squeeze. Okay, and you see it's coming down. You can give a twirl. So, see, it's coming, it's coming. We have to be patient with this as well. Very good. Ooh. It's really a great feeling. Okay. I'm telling you to be patient. I should tell myself to be patient. I just want to really squeeze this, but I have to control myself. Just hang it like this and see if... Okay. Yep, it could get slimy. So when you use oats to make milk, if you cook with oat milk, it becomes thick. As when you cook oats, oats become thick. So you make your tea just the way that you do, black, and then you can add this at the end to it. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Almost done. Be patient. I think I pushed it, so I have to be careful. Okay. For the sake of time, I just want to make sure that we have enough. Let me see how much we have. Yeah, we have enough. And then we will do this later. Miss Lisa, may I please have another bowl? One of those white bowls that we have there, the big ones. And then we will do this later because we have to do this a little bit slower from here. If you could please bring it from here. Thank you. Very good. This is a very dirty work. You have to be really ready for it. Okay. All right. and maybe Miss Lisa can squeeze this through. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Okay, very good. Now, I'm going to pour this now into one of these glasses, and we will have this as a reference. Very good. Let me just take another taste of this and we will see. I really like this. I like this very much, and you can add more taste to it by adding more of this mixture or anything that you like. I honestly do not like anything sweet. And I think that if you use this just the way it is, if you want to add it to the cereal or anything, it's just perfect. Just perfect. You don't need to worry about it because sometimes cereals are a little bit sweet. But I hope that you choose the cereals. Maybe I will show you how to make your own muesli. Okay, that would be in one of our shows. We will have muesli and you make it, because we had muesli that was delicious, nutritious, crunchy, and yummy for your breakfast. So let's see. I'm gonna go get another blender and we do something else now. Very good. And now, let us do almond milk. All right. Actually, a lot of people, they like to have this Nutella, but Nutella, the way that they make it, it's not really good quality. It has a lot of sugar and additives. So what I like to do, I will do the hazelnuts with chocolate. How about that? We do hazelnuts and chocolate. Okay, you wash, wash, wash. You get it all nice and clean. Okay, and now what we will do is we will put it back here. You know, this is how we would cook, even if you were here in my kitchen. All of us together, one would wash, one would clean, one would mix, one would choose, and all of us together, and then we get to eat everything that we have made. I'm going to bother Miss Lisa again with this. What would I do without Miss Lisa? There. Thank you so much. All right. So remember, 1 cup of nuts, 2 cups of water. There we go. 1 cup. And then 2 cups. Okay, now let's go and blend this again. Okay. So I'm going to ask Miss Lisa to wait till I turn the blender on so the sound will drown in this. Okay, off we go. We are going to put it on the smoothie, and it's going to go for the whole time. Oh, let me add a little bit of salt. I forgot. Sorry. I'm getting old by the second. There you go. There you go. All right. Remember yesterday when we were making the chocolate, the melted chocolate and chocolate covered strawberries? I have some more chocolate and I'm going to melt it just the same way. So, and then we add this to it. Okay, you can add just enough chocolate to make it a delicious. Remember, we talked about the fact that you take one pot and fill it up halfway or 1/3 of the way with water. Then what you will do is that you don't let the top pot touch the water. The bottom of it should not touch the water. It would just be the steam that would rise up and would help to melt the chocolate. You do not want to also put this directly on the stove because it will burn your chocolate and then you have to throw that away. See how it's melting? It does very well, very fast. And very good. So you wait till this chocolate is all melted. You can move this around. Very good. See, you can see. You have to be patient. You have to melt this completely because if you add the milk now to it, it's going to be very, it's going to bring the temperature down. So now I'm going to put this on very low and let this melt. Now we have to go and pass this through the sieve. Very good. Okay, there we go again. Seems like we just did this, didn't we? But we're going to do it again. All right. Some people ask me if I should, if I take the skins off the nuts. I don't really, especially with hazelnuts. The skin is very thin, and I kind of like that fiber. So let's see. Very good. Let's see how we can do this now. All right, we bring the corners together. We bring this. You can actually buy these bags. They call them milk bags. M-Y-L-K. A funny way to spell milk because this is not really milk. This is not milk. So okay, see it's coming down. All right. You really need to have a very strong blender, which I do, and you can find them anywhere. When you have a strong blender, what happens is that you do not lose much of the fiber, so you do not have much pulp left. This one you can squeeze if you want. It does not get slimy. Okay, I'm twisting it, and it just is coming down. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, I have a story to tell you, and that is that I was saving one of the cookies from yesterday, so at the end of the program, I could actually have the cookie with one of the milks. So what did I see? I found that half of the cookie was gone. So I have only half a cookie, and that I have to be satisfied with. Okay. So when the cookies are delicious, you know, you can't trust them. Overnight, some people will come and steal them. All right. Let's see. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this on to Miss Lisa. And Miss Lisa, I am going to, okay. This is basically, I can milk this more, but I just want to get to the other ones. I don't want to keep you waiting. So, Miss Lisa, I don't know, maybe you want to bring a bowl of some sort. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we have this delicious milk. Let us now pour this into this wonderful chocolate. Okay, I'll have chocolate milk. Oops. So what I'm doing is now I'm mixing this. And as I said, it gets cooler, and so the chocolate becomes a little bit funky. You can also add powder, cacao, chocolate that is in powder form. I just happen to have this. I'm using this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to wash my hands and put this back in the blender. So Miss Lisa, if I may please have my blender, the smaller one. Thank you so much. Very good. So what I will do is I pick this up as we do. Okay, and I will bring this. Oops, guess not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do it here. Okay. Accidents will happen in the kitchen, so we need to be very careful. Okay. And here we go. I want to blend this. And you see, it's going to be delicious. I promise you, it's going to be so good. Very good. I'm going to save some of the chocolate for what was left. And I gave to Miss Lisa. Okay. And this goes right here. Okay, goes back. And we can then add. All right. Let us now blend this again. And off we go. There you go. So good. It really does. It's amazing. Amazing. So let's see. And I'm going to pour this for you. It looks like it's labor intensive, but it is only like this because I'm doing many different kinds. It really isn't. Delicious. Wonderful. Let me see. And I'm going to try a little bit of this and give you the, okay, this is a fresh spoon. This is so good. This is so good. I love this. I know my son is filming this and he wants to get his hands on this. He loves this milk. Very good. Okay, I'm going to pass this on to Miss Lisa, and she's going to put it in a jar, and off we go. Okay, I'm going to put this in here, and wipe the... As I said, clean as you go along. Okay, and then I'm just going to rinse this now, and... I hope you're not bored, because the rewards of this work is so good. You are going to end up with delicious milk, nutritious milk, and the milk that you can actually freeze later on, put it in the, and I'll show you that. But the basic thing is that, why do we say do not take any dairy products? Everybody says we need dairy products, we need calcium, we need this, we need that. And I always think to myself, do cows eat milk, drink milk, or eat dairy products to have so much calcium in their body, be so strong? What do they eat? They eat green grass. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and start grazing on grass, but what I'm telling you, that green leafy vegetables has the highest and the most digestible form of calcium. Makes your body strong, makes your wonderful bones strong, and also what it does, it also makes the environment of your stomach, your guts, alkaline. We will talk about acidity and how the stomach, if it's acidic, it would really bother you and create a lot of problems. Okay, now we have what we have left is, okay, Miss Lisa's gonna give me this. Thank you so much. Very good. Miss Lisa thinks that we're gonna just going to bite her. I need the, thank you so much. And all right, I'm gonna put this back in here. We are going to rinse our almonds. Thank you so much. Let me just rinse the almonds and give this back to you. Thank you. You can actually wash these almonds over and over, but you know, some of the skins will fall off and some of them would stay on. I say let it be. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to bring this here, put the cup of almonds in here. This is going to be amazing. And 1 cup of nuts, 2 cups of water. I'm like a broken record, huh? There you go. Today we have some background sounds. Miss Lisa's helping me, and that is important that we get this all cleaned up in a hurry. So, little bit of salt. Okay, and off we go. We repeat again. Very good. So, full of goodness, a lot of nutritious drinks we have here, a lot of wonderful things that you can do with this. You can cook with most of these milks. You can make your breakfast cereal taste better and more nutritious. And the reason that we say do not take dairy products is because dairy products gives you a lot of excess amounts of mucus. And when you have too much mucus in your body, your respiratory system, your breathing becomes difficult. So many children have asthma, problems with cough and cold, runny nose, and tummy ache, and problems such as that, that if they stop drinking milk, it will get much better. And I will post all the goodness of these wonderful milks and all the nuts for you, so you will see that you get everything that your body needs without the side effects of milk. And here we go. All right, so now I'm going to again put this through the sieve and get some wonderful almond milk. See, the almond milk that we buy from stores, it basically has maybe 5 or 10 almonds in it. And The rest is thickeners, additives, carrageenan, things like that. And we don't want those things. We want the natural taste of these delicious almonds that Mother Nature has made for us. So let's see. I'm going to use a spoon, if I may. And what I will do is, yes, I'll take that one, thank you. I'm just going to guide this through. Okay, you could do that. Can you hear it? Okay, I'm going to now grab this and hold it from the corners, hold it tight from all around and fold it like this so nothing comes out, and give it a squeeze, give it a twist. Very good. Okay. I'm just thinking about all the delicious things that we can do with all this wonderful milk. As I said, it's not going to be so long for you. It's just because we're making many different things. Another trick that I have is always I can mix all these nuts together and have something really delicious. So the walnuts could go in with the cashew nuts, or the walnuts could go in with the oats, or cashews could go with oats, anything. So we have this almond. And guess what we're gonna do? Let's put some berries in there, the rest of the berries. Okay, or at least some. I'm gonna get more of this because I'm gonna add more of the berries. This is what you do when you love someone. When you love yourself and you love your family, you make time. And then you know what you have to do? You make time to feed your family correctly and make the right choices. Then you don't have to make time for them to take care of them if they get sick, because you won't get sick. You would be strong, you would be always agile, and you don't get sick. So no one has to spend their time taking care of you. This is fun time. Can you imagine having to take care of a sick child, or when your mom or dad, God forbid, they get sick? No fun. This is at least delicious. At the end, you get to eat the fruits of your labor. I'm going to pass this on to Miss Lisa. Very good. We've got to give a hand to Miss Lisa. Honestly, she made it all happen much faster. So, let me rinse, and off we go. Right. Now I'm going to put this back into this blender and just look at it. And I think we should add some yummy, delicious berries. I would say some raspberries, okay, and some blackberries. I know my kids want to get their hands on these. And some blueberries. All right, it's going to smell so good. And we're going to add some of this, what we call the syrup, maple syrup. I'm gonna add a little bit more because these berries are not very sweet. 1 tablespoon, 2, and then 3. Sometimes I add some applesauce to it. A delicious homemade applesauce that I'm gonna teach you how to make. And that applesauce makes everything taste so good and so sweet. If you choose the red delicious apples, very delicious. Okay, so let's mix this again and off we go. Covered your ears. There we go. And we have this wonderful, delicious mixture. I'm gonna get another glass. I'm gonna tell you the story of these glasses because I keep telling you when I bought things. This is from, oh gosh, about 30 years ago when I got married. And I still have them. Throughout all my travels all over the world and all the moves, they've been with me. So when you love something, you take care of them, right? And that goes also with your health. Okay, very good. So, oh, I forgot to taste this. Let me taste it. I'm gonna get 1 spoon and I will taste it. Heaven. This is so good, so good, so good. I'm gonna pass this on to Miss Lisa. I don't know which one I love most. Very good. Very good. I give this to you. Very good. Now we have the walnuts, which I love. Look at these walnuts. Don't they look like brains? Make you so smart, full of omega-3, lots of goodness. And here we go. I'm gonna wash this. As you see, I leave the skins on. You are going to be the best cooks in the whole wide world because you know, you are going to use original, wonderful ingredients. Nothing that comes out of boxes, nothing that comes out of a can, nothing that is preserved and mixed. Everything beautiful and natural. So, as I said, we put 1 cup of nuts, 2 cups of water. I'm just repeating myself, right? But that's how we learn. These walnuts are a little bit less than 1 cup because I got carried away and I ate 4 or 5 of them. So I'm just gonna put a little bit less water. A little bit of salt. Okay. And we're just gonna mix this, and then after we put it through the sieve, we will add some flavoring to it. Cover your ears. Here we go. over. Okay. Okay, very good. Here we go, we pour this. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of nuts. The one that has the most pulp is the almonds. So I like to add almonds to other nuts. So actually I add less almonds, and then I add cashew nuts, I add walnuts, I add pistachios. You know, I'm from Iran and we really love pistachios in Iran. So all of this is going to be so delicious. I'm slowly getting this wrapped around, and let's see, how much milk does this cow have? Give it a little twist. Give it a little twist. Very good. So you see, walnuts have less pulp. Okay. I think this is what you should give to your grandma and grandpa, because sometimes older people, they're so used to having certain kind of food, it's difficult for them to change. But when you add all these lovely flavors, you just give it to them with love and a hug and a kiss, they are going to take this and they're gonna... Did you see what happened to me? That's okay. I'm gonna have to wash this shirt before our program is over. Okay, all right. Love is messy. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze this a little bit lower. I'm learning, I'm just learning as I go along. You know, sometimes you do something for so long and you think that you know the best way of doing it, and then you do it and someone comes around and says, I think you should change your ways. I'm hoping that if anybody has a better way of doing this, please let me know. Okay, all right. I'm going to... Oh, this is going to be the last one I'm milking like this. Okay. Very good. All right, I'm going to pass this on to Miss Lisa. So, okay, I have to wash my hands, wash my shirt, everything. Okay, I'm as clean as can be. All right, I'm gonna put this back in here. Okay. I love the earthy smell. So what I'm going to do is, I really like a mixture of walnuts, dates, and raisins with that delicious cinnamon and cardamom taste. As I said, you get to choose what you want to add, what you want to do. This is just a suggestion. All right, let's see. Cover your ears. Okay, let us pour this in here. so good. Smells so good. Smells heavenly. I'm going to get another spoon. And soon I'm going to be running out of spoons. Divine. Honestly, it's so good. It is so delicious. Very good. Now, what I would like to do, Miss Lisa, could we rinse this and give me a spoon, please? Very good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make fast milk. If this is all too much for you, which it will not be, I promise, if you stick to, just one time blending instead of just, doing it one by one, you could actually do it, put the walnuts and put the, put the walnuts, put the almonds, put the Brazil nuts, put the hazelnuts, all of them together. And for each cup that you have, you can add 2 cups of water, and then you just let it in this milk bag, let it just hang, and it slowly will come down. You don't even have to bother with it. All right? So this is 1 cup of cashew butter. I'm gonna put this here. The cashew butter will go in. Very good. This has a little bit of sea salt in it. So what I would like to do is I would like to omit the salt. We do not need that. Okay. And then we will have, now you can add whatever that you want to it. Do you want to add, your syrup? Go for it. So about 3 tablespoons of syrup. The cashew nuts, perfect. Okay. I don't measure, I kind of know how much it is. You can go ahead and measure. So this is what we add. Do you want to add a little bit of cinnamon, little bit of vanilla? I just add a little tiny bit of cinnamon. Off we go, and we cover it. Oh, water. We have to still put water. So I will add, now to this, I would add 1.5 cup of water. 1, because it's already liquid, huh? So 1, and then 1/2. Every morning you can have this, make it ready, and it would be delicious. It would be ready for you. When you want to have that cereal, you can heat it up and cover your eggs. Beautiful. Wonderful. So I think I need another spoon. All right, I'm going to take this, and then we're going to compare. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Delicious. I went a little bit heavy hand with the syrup. I'm sure that you guys would like it. I don't have a sweet tooth, but this is delicious. Absolutely divine. Okay. Now the only one that is left now is the almond butter. This I give to Miss Lisa. So now there's some children that are allergic to nuts. So you can do this with pumpkin seeds. You can do it with hemp seeds. You could have this with sunflower seeds. There's also a sunflower sunflower butter. You can get that. It's absolutely delightful, absolutely delicious. So let us put this back in here. I'm going to give this to you. We can wash this. And now I put this in here. We're going to have a lot of milk in this house. I wish you guys were all here. We could make some more cookies and we could have them while we're sitting around chit-chatting and coming up with new ideas. Very good. Did I say I love children? I sure did. Okay, so 1 cup of this butter, almond butter, and 1.5 cup of water. 1 cup and 1.5 cup. Okay, that is that. Okay, this already has some sea salt in it, so please don't add any more salt. Let's see what we want to add to this. Some vanilla. Very good. Okay, you can go a little bit more with the vanilla. 2 caps, meaning 1 tablespoon if you want. And I would like to add the rest of this maple syrup. Again, it was about maybe 2 tablespoons of maple syrup because I used everything on the last one, on the one before this. So let's go. Cover your ears. Maybe not. Okay. Done. Let us try this one. I would like a spoon, please. Let me wash my hands because my hands have gotten okay. And off we go. And thank you so much. Let us try a little bit of this. Honestly, I love it. Fantastic. So you see, it's quite easy to make all of these things. Now, what I would like to ask Miss Lisa to give us is some of those milks that she has put in jars. So this is an ice tray. You can have a bigger one, a smaller one, or so. What I used to do when I had young children and I always worked, so I would make all these different milks and I would put them in, pour them in ice trays, and that way I used to have frozen milk. And every morning when I wanted to give my children something to eat or drink, I would just melt one of them, or as many. I used to make a lot of porridges. Okay, so then let's say this is enough. Just wanted to show you. And then you put this in the, so good. You put this in the freezer and it freezes. And if you need your ice trays, what you will do, you take them out of the freezer and pop them all and put them in a Ziploc. And then every morning or every time you need one, you will actually have access to fresh, wonderful, delicious, nutritious, non-milk milk. Isn't that gorgeous? Very good. Now I have one more tip that I want to share with you. And that is that, as you see, all of these milks, they stayed basically the same. But you need to always make sure that before drinking them, you mix them, because nuts are heavy and they settle and the water comes up. One thing that I like very much that I used to do myself is that I slightly heat the oat milk. It gives it a little body and it takes away that kind of a raw taste. Or I used to toast them. I used to toast the oats and then actually make milk out of them. You could choose that both ways, fine. And what I want to do is that to make sure that you learn to make decisions on your own, that you have the basics and you can actually enjoy I guess making those wonderful decisions when you go grocery shopping, when you go with your, parents, your grandparents, your cousins. You could be in charge. If they want to take something that is not part of our diet, then you tell them, this is not what we eat. This is not how we do it, okay? Now, I have saved that little cookie, half cookie for myself. And although I'm not a cookie person, let me clean up a little bit. And what I will do is I'm going to invite myself to a delicious cookie. And this is will go into our freezer soon enough. And all of these will go and be washed. So let's see how we are going to enjoy this delicious oatmeal banana. I'm going to get a little cup because that's all that I want. And I'm going to pour a little bit of the cashew and off we go. And I'm going to drink this and eat this cookie and wish that you were here. I drink this to your good health. And I drink this to your, I guess, long-lasting health and many years to come. Take care of yourself, take care of your mom and dad, take care of your siblings, and here we go. I'll give some to Miss Lisa and my son. Don't forget to put a little kiss and a little smile and a lot of love into your ingredients. Thank you so much and namaskar.